I tried, and like it just didn't. The arms came out too big because I needed muscle. I don't even know where to start on this one.
Oh, this is really tough.
This is not my game at all. Oh, this looks like a dinosaur. I can't.
Okay, this is shaping up to be not terrible, he says.
I'm gonna do the spots and maybe the collar.
Oh, this is sick! I just did the oh no, this is brilliant. Okay, collar. I'm gonna spend a little bit more time on this because this is freaking.
Okay, then that's my best. That's my best go on that. I really can't. That is me trying, like I said. Like I can't.
It's done. Wait, smile, smile, smile. Cheeky chappy. Look at that. Crease your eyes. If you're going for sort of like modern abstract art, this would rank pretty highly. If you're going for good art, not so well, I'd say. Somewhere in between a 7 and an 8.
Actually, that's the problem. It wasn't chaotic enough. I was relatively nervous just because, as you can see, drawing and tennis, they're not my strong suit at all. But Helena is relatively good at doing that, and I'm not as good at doing that. So they were saying, like, right, really hit the ball as hard as you can. And I was really trying, but it wasn't going flying everywhere. So that was the problem. And we couldn't do like a rally in any way, shape or form. It was usually her and then me really trying and failing miserably. But it came out really well in editing. You know, I always said that like the society back in the 1800s was so restricted. So when I wore my corset, I felt very restricted. And so I felt like, you know, it does definitely give you some like formation. So when she is the lady, she definitely has a different kind of persona because she's definitely more, she's not a wildling, she's more, she's adapted to the society. So the corset definitely kind of restricted her from being her crazy self. So I just saw the light within the corset, and I just forgot about the fact that I couldn't breathe. We had obviously an amazing team behind it, but basically it was just a see-through, almost like a see-through sink. And I was on a elevated platform, and I looked, the sink was below me, and the camera and everyone else was below the sink, so they could see up at me. It was almost like a fish tank. I felt like I was in an aquarium, but instead it was a human, and she was winking at camera. And it was just a man underneath, like, job, and then the people with the slates. So they were all very lovely, dry, and you know, just kind of sat there, and there was I soaking wet. And Harry was like, is there any way you could exaggerate the wink? I'm like, okay, because it's very hard to wink underwater, by the way. You're in there, you're trying to open your eyes, then you have to gasp and pretend you're drowning, then you have to play dead, then you have to smile, and then wink at camera, and then come up. So it was very difficult, but on the first take, I remember everyone like screamed. They were all freaking out that I could actually wink underwater, so apparently it's quite difficult. So I'm just going to pretend that there's a percentage of people that can't do that, and I'm that